Hello friends, in this video we will create a mobile application which will submit a contact information form to a web API. So let's start. Open the Visual Studio. Create new project. Select .NET MOI application. Next. Give some name. Contact information form. Next. Create. It will take some time to create the folder structure and set up the out-of-the-box MOI template. Okay, so here we are. The folder structure has been established. Let's remove out-of-the-box code. Go to main page xaml.cs. Remove this out-of-the-box code. Control S. Now go to the XAML main page.xaml, double click. Here we are. So we will remove this out-of-the-box code starting from image to the button. Here we will create our contact information form. Name, placeholder, enter the name, mobile, number. Next, let's have email address. Okay, and finally add one more for this sample application. Address, placeholder, address, and we will take one button to submit this record. Let's have clicked event. That's it. Let's see how it looks in Windows machine. It takes time to build the project, so I'm pausing the video. Okay, so here we are. The build has been compiled successfully and we have this screen on our machine. Enter the name, then mobile, email address, and some address. So Now on click of submit button, we will send this data to our test API, which is deployed here. This is the site app.bceptor. It provides us testing APIs. So we just designed our contact API with the endpoints API/user. So now we will consume this API to send our contact information. Let's move back to the Visual Studio. Okay, so now we will stop it and submit this information. First of all, we will create one class, contact info class. We will make it nullable. And one more string address. Let's create one function. Submit contact. Okay, here contact info. Let's map these properties. Contact info dot email, the name equal to txt name dot text, then contact info dot mobile txt mobile dot text dot email txt email dot text, and finally the address txt address dot text. So now we have one object contact information, and all properties are already mapped with the text boxes. So whatever we will input in the text boxes will be reflected in these properties. The next step is we will use HTTP web client class to submit this information. So let's use the reference. Okay, the MOI program.cs. Here we have all the declaration, so it's better to add the required one here. Using system dot http system.net.http, one more system dot threading dot tasks, Control S to save the project. Now move back to the main page.xaml.cs. In this function we will declare our HTTP client. String JSON data. We will serialize this information which is saved in contact information form to JSON data. Serializer dot serialize async contact info. Now we have our contact information in the form of JSON data. Now we will convert it into the string. JSON data. Okay, it will convert our JSON data into string. Here we will use our web client, HTTP response message web client dot. We will make post async call. Here the first parameter is the endpoint over our API, which is hosted here. Okay, so we will copy this endpoint and put it here. The next thing is content, which is in data. Because this is async call, so we will apply a wait keyword. Now we will validate, like, if the response is successful, then show alert let's first get the message. String message data message content response dot content read as async. Because it is asynchronized, then we need to put a wait keyword here. Okay, now we have our response message in message content, so we can add this variable here, message content. And because this display alert is also a async call, so we will put a wait here. Let's compile this. Okay, so now the screen is loaded. So here we have our designed form. Enter the name, mobile number, email address, and enter the address. This layout is a Windows machine layout. So let's try the same layout in our Android form. Here is the list of Android emulators. We have one, so let's try this. Deployment is still in progress, so let's wait. Android emulator is loading our application. Our Android application is loaded in the Android emulator. So the screen looks like this. Okay, one more thing, that we have set up all the properties and write down the code to make web API call, but not yet called in the click event of our button, submit button. So let's do it now. So this is our submit contact function, where we are mapping our properties and then making a web API call. And here we have our button click event. So we will make a call. Because this is a async function, so we will put a wait keyword before the function. Control S and build the project. Okay, so we have received our first error message. Then this button with correct signature not found in type contact information dot main page, because here we have used the task return type before the button click event signature. That's the reason. So we will put here void, control S, and then build the project. Okay, build is succeeded. So now it's time to deploy our application in Android emulator. Click here. So here we are. Let's give some name. Mobile number, email address, and submit. So when we click the submit button, it will make a web API call and we will receive some data from the API. The record submitted successfully. That is return from the web API. Let me show you. This is the API. So here we have configured this API method post, the match value expression slash API slash user, and in response body we have written record submitted successfully, and that's what we have received here, records submitted successfully. So it shows that we have made a web API call and we received data record submitted successfully. So hope this video will teach you something which is missing. So thank you for watching my video. Bye bye.